There are a lot of miscommunication and misinformation out there about sa bagong update ng Unidad de Grandes Empresas here in Spain for your 2026 Digital Nomad Visa application. So let me break it down in simpler terms and para maintindihan nyo paano to makakaapekto sa strategy nyo sa pag-apply this 2026. Hola, it's your VA Ate in Spain, and it's been a while since we did a sit down like this, but this one is a doozy. I know it will take me probably 5 videos just to get all the points across, but simulan natin sa number one. Number one is, I always say this a lot online about sa pwede mo nang i-combine yung Certificate of Engagement or Certificate of Employment mo together with your authorization to work remotely in Spain. Kasi ang hinahanap lang talaga nila dyan, yung explicit na verbiage that you are authorized to work remotely in Spain. Ngayon, there are some updates during that conference na hindi na ganon kakailangan itong remote work authorization letter. However, nandun pa din siya sa website where you will submit your application. So I would highly suggest to still get it. And if not, at least nandun sa COE mo na 100% remote yung work mo. Because UHE has also seen some applications that do imply kind of a physical presence or physical work. Like for example, if foreman ka, technically speaking, maybe at some point, yeah, pwede kang remotely, but if they are seeing na yung mga job responsibilities mo, yung duties mo is not 100% remote, then definitely that will get you disqualified for the Spain Digital Nomad Visa. Now, another question that I get a lot from the group, and I answer this a lot, na parang in a sense, not necessarily common sense, but it all lines up. For example, people will ask, I'm under a student visa, na technically nakakap lang ako ng 30 hours lang yung allowed ako to work, or I'm only allowed to make a certain amount of money, or I'm completely not allowed to work technically in my visa or in my residence. Pwede ba ako mag-switch to digital nomad visa para allowed na ako to work and makount siya for residency? So, if iisipin nyo kasi, you know, Spain, of course, knows the law. The people that check your documents knows the law. If under student visa ka and you're not allowed to work, if under non-lucrative visa ka, you're not allowed to work, then definitely, since sa DNV, kailangan mo ng at least 3 months ka na dun sa job mo, and then that means may overlap yung student visa mo and 3 months ka na kahit kaka-start lang ng contract mo. Basta under student visa ka pa or under non-lucrative visa ka pa, then yung 3 months na yon na nag-work ka is technically violating against your visa residency. And now that they saw that, they of course don't want to give you another residency that you can break again the rules. So 100%, what I suggest to these people is that you have to either switch to a visa first na will allow you to work like with a new contract. Like for example, may someone that offered you like a work visa, or maybe you can be a digital nomad on another European country, or the best way to really to combat this is to exit Spain, go to Philippines, and continue your remote work first there. Of course, you have to do your registration for as an autonomo as well in the Philippines. Like that means BIRCOR natin. Kailangan ka under self-employed professional or sole proprietor. But definitely follow the rules, and then tsaka ka bumalik ng Spain after 3 months na ano mo na yung contract mo, na meet mo na, kumbaga, yung 3 months na bank statements, 3 months na contract, 3 months na invoices na pasok sa minimum income requirement. We're gonna move on to something that I saw a lot of people asking in the group, sharing screenshots to me, like my messages were flooded because everyone was asking about dun sa minimum income requirement announcement. So let's talk about